Good morning, COVID kids.
No one gives a shit.
Why did we cross out the
It was 10 and plus
That was
negative
so
10.
aggressive.
We love you.
Good question.
No, we
Okay.
don't.
I'm sorry, we
They
hate you,
cancel out.
bitches.
Okay. So here's what. Everyone's watching me. You guys are really good at doing the little claw thing, right?
I know.
What we're gonna do for the rest. Okay,
Can you stop? That wasn't.
everyone's watching. For the rest of this chapter is we're gonna be going backwards. And we're doing a thing from here on out called dun, 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 factoring.
Homo sapien.
What happened is you all went on COVID days for this. So it's really important that you stay really focused here because literally we use it for the rest of the year. And I gotta get you guys to be decent factorers. What this chapter is called, it's called quadratic functions. And a quadratic means it's got a squared in it. So we are gonna get eventually to problems that look something like this. And we're gonna be looking for answers for those. But the deal is this, our brain can't do it. It really can't. We have to somehow take this confusing thing and break it into easier things that we know how to do. Like if I could break this down into this, I could do it. I know how to do that. This, I don't know how to do. So my goal is to teach you how to take scary things and break them into easier things, right? There's easy steps, but you have to memorize them, right? So I'm gonna show it to you. They're easy, you're gonna be like, I totally get this. But if you're just back there like thinking, la la la, I'm just writing what she's saying, and you're not really like getting it, like grabbing onto it, it will be bad and I will cry, okay?
Don't
so,
cry.
Here's
You
what's
better
up.
fucking cry.
We learn to do 3 types of factoring. Write this on the bottom of your sheet where there's space.
Right here, guys.
3 types
It's actually kind of complicated. Wait, hang on.
factoring.
Use your brain, dipshit. Oh, okay.
The first type is called 2-part quadratics. It's really called binomials, but I'm going to call it 2-part quadratics. And you know why it's called that? Because it has 2 parts. 1, 2. And we're going to do that today. And you're going to like it, and you're going to be like, that's easy. Next week, we're going to learn to do 3-part quadratics. And that has a name called a
That makes
trinomial.
it more complicated.
This was a binomial.
Wait, I remember learning this.
We weren't even in
It's
school.
gonna have 3 parts. And you're gonna like that too, because that's not bad. The last thing that we're gonna do is actually the easiest one of all, and it's actually called a 4-part, and it's actually not called a quadratic anymore, it's actually called a polynomial, because it's gonna even have more than a squared. It might have a to the 3rd power or the 4th power, but it's super easy too. And you know how it's a 4-parter, it's gonna have 4 parts, right? We are here right now. We will do next week this, and at the end of next week, into the week after, we'll start this.
Make sure you
Okay.
guys have that.
Thank you, Lara, I appreciate that.
Welcome.
Okay, so,
I think
we're
they can
ready
see
to
it on
start
the board,
our
if you didn't
3-parter.
realize.
You guys
That's
ready?
what they have to
Or I mean,
write
our
down.
2-parter. Question? No? Okay. So here comes our first one.
Shut up.
And it looks like this guy.
Wait, what are we doing?
We're doing number 6.
Oh,
Okay, everyone's ready for number 6. Today, we're going to do the 2-parters. But the 2-parters have special rules. And here are the special rules. Do you see those little stars on the side of your paper? The little
Yes.
stars up at the top? I'd like you to put the special rules right here. Here's what you need to see to make this work. Number 1, here's your checklist.
Right there, guys.
Doesn't have 2 parts. So the question is, does that have 2 parts? Yes, it does. Yay! Number 2 doesn't have one minus sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it does. If it doesn't have a minus sign, like right now, look at number 13. Look down at number 13. Guess what? The answer to number 13 is not factorable. We don't know how to do that one. So you can
We
even
don't?
write that for number 13 because it needs one minus sign in there.
What are you writing?
Not factorable.
Oh.
NFB, not factorable,
Not
baby.
Factor of
And the final thing, and this is the most important,
factorable.
Baby.
are the parts
What?
perfect square? Okay, we're heading back to 6th grade for a hot minute, and we're thinking about what the hell are perfect squares. Perfect squares
of
are
four
numbers that
sides.
you can split up into two things that multiply perfectly, like 4 can be split up into
Two and two.
2
I
and
mean,
2,
two and two.
right? And 9 can be split up into
Shut the fuck up.
3 and 3. 25.
Nine
Oh,
cannot be
16, I
split
forgot
into-
him.
Oh wait.
You might want to write these down if you don't know them off the top of your head. I'm a dork, I know them. But you might not be a dork.
It's like,
And you might think, oh my God, Mrs. Tarantino, I forget those. So you know what? Write
Be
them down
smart.
and have them
8
somewhere.
times 6
I'm
times
okay
2
with
is
that.
8 times what?
96.
7 and 7?
So then 8 times 8
64?
would be 64. So
8 and
96 and 60,
81.
40.
9
way
and
your
9.
brain
You know what?
works
We're
is
not going
weird.
to do much more than 10 and 10.
Wait.
But I have
a
one
minute.
that is so important, but I left it off the list. And it's
Wait,
the
I just
most
realized something.
important one, and it's the easiest one, but I left it off the list by
If you do
mistake.
8 times 8,
Oh, I got
64.
2
Then
and
if you flip it
2.
around, it's 46.
There is
46
another
plus
number that if
64
it
is
times it by
100.
itself,
No, it's not.
one,
You're lying.
everyone forgets. When you split up one, it's not a half times a half, it's 1 times 1, right? Everyone forgets that one. Everyone's like, oh, what do I do when I hit 1? It's like, it's 1 times 1, right?
They're really
You
smart.
might want to put that on your paper somewhere, right? So you have them, you can write it right along the side.
I'm a dork.
So here's what we're asking
Don't
ourselves.
we have to learn this like fourth
Does
grade?
it have 2
Yeah.
parts? Yes. Does it have a minus? Yes. Are both parts splittable? Well, that sure as hell is. That's 8 times 8. And how about x squared? Can I split that up nicely
Yes.
into x times x? So watch what we do. Remember, we're undoing it. We're putting it into the parentheses. Watch how easy it is. I split x up. I split 64 up.
8. 8.
1 will be plus, 1 will be minus, because that gets rid of the guts.
Did
And
you guys
you
get it
have
right,
factored
COVID
it.
kids?
You have taken something ugly and made
Or
it
all
easy.
you are dumb. Wait, what?
How is that? Is that bad?
I'm dyslexic.
Sorry, she has a
Can
mental
you do me a
disability.
favor?
No,
Can
I'm
you do the next
dyslexic.
problem with your table mates?
Yeah, I
think it's
actually
x
found out that I am
squared,
on like Wednesday.
Minus 25. Can you do that one, please?
Ow.
I went to the doctor's and I asked.
You
And
just
then they
asked
did
if you're
test.
dyslexic.
Well, yeah, because there
I
was
should
some.
ask about ADHD.
Do the
I
next
think I have
one.
ADHD.
No,
It's really
'cause-
bad.
Because there was like sometimes I'd mix up the most weirdest thing, so I had a
Okay,
physical
Layla, do
anyways.
this next one.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you. Especially because the COVID kids have to listen.
I already did it.
I'm telling you about my dyslexia
I never got to
experience.
listen to it. I'll be going Monday. It's not gonna show up.
Sorry.
Hey,
my
some
dog.
people ask me because I get rolling, and sometimes I put the plus here and the minus here, and you know what? That's okay, because when you multiply it out, the guts will disappear.
I did that every
right?
time, COVID kids.
So now we're gonna step up our game.
Oh, I did, look.
We're gonna look at number 8. Is everybody ready?
So cool.
We're gonna look at number 8.
Hey, you don't have to be a dick.
Oh, did I lose
Big.
it? Let's do number 8, and you'll see.
There's something that's
So
gonna
4m squared minus
I'm really
1.
sorry, parents.
Okay, here are nice
No,
and
I'm
quiet,
not.
guys. Nice and quiet. Here's our checklist. 2-parter, yes. Minus, yes. Perfect squares, yes. Even in the front and the back, that's okay. So look what I'm gonna do. I can split the 81 into 9 and 9. I can split the 4 2 and 2, I heard that there's imperfect, and I can split the m squared into m and m.
Oh, I get that.
Don't forget your pluses and minuses, and you are good to go.
Why is the second one minus?
Say that again? Say again?
I think I can whistle with my teeth.
One on the right, minus.
One has to be plus,
I can't
one has to be
whistle.
minus, because when we claw it out, that'll make the
'cause what?
middle guts go away.
No, I'm
We want it to
dyslexic.
always have no middle guts.
So you can't whistle because you're dyslexic.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's tough.
do number 9 on your own. Yes.
Put your lips together.
Do
and
number
start real
9.
slow.
Don't let number 9 trick you.
That's
You're
not like
smarter.
Big girl giving a head. That song. Don't I whistle when she.
Don't let it fool you. Everyone hates
You know, it's
one.
about that. It's fucking weird. I didn't realize it until later on.
For COVID kids. Calm down.
Like 0.5, pretty sure.
0.5. 1 times 1 is 1. Remember? She literally explained that 2 seconds
0.5
ago.
times 0.5
How
is
long we-
0.25.
It gets smaller.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. It never has.
No, this is a fraction.
Because
Times a
really what you're
fraction. So
multiplying
that's
is by
1/4.
less each time.
You're multiplying the
So you're
not.
taking a half a pie and cutting that in half.
But it's multiplying.
You're
Right.
multiplying the
But they're
denominators.
telling you to
of the fraction.
That's what multiplying by a fraction is, just taking a fraction less.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's like 1/2 and you're multiplying the denominators.
Okay,
then
how'd we
it's 1/4.
do?
And if you do
Well, I know
1/4,
how
then
it
it's
Did you
1/8.
works,
get
but it doesn't make
8
sense.
x plus 1 and 8x
How do I
minus
know
1?
that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Did you guys get it, COVID kids?
Thank you, COVID kids.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Okay,
wiggle. Do,
now,
do, do,
the next
do,
one gets a little
do.
spooky. Stay with me. 64 p to the 4th minus 49. Don't let the fact that you have more p's to split up fool you. You just need an even number. You gotta have an even number on one side and an even number on the other side. So when I'm doing this guy, I check my little checklist. 2 parts, minus, perfect squares. Yeah, 64 is 8 and 8. The p's, I got
Good job.
4 of them, so I'm gonna go
Did you copy
2 in the
mine?
front and 2 in the
Actually,
back.
this is easy.
Okay.
Plus and minus.
I did it.
Nice, nice, nice.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
Okay,
Here we
I am
go.
gonna skip number 12.
Do, 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 do.
You
I'm
skipped
just
number
letting,
11.
I know, because I'm running out of time. I know that the 12 just says, can the X be in the back? Sure, that's okay. It doesn't matter, just as long as you can split them up. And number 13, we know, yeah, don't do it. It doesn't have the plus sign. But I need to do 14 and I need to do 16. So everyone's watching 14 because this is everything all together that we've done this whole 2 days. 5r squared minus 80. If you had my little list down there, there's a problem. And the problem is 5 is not a perfect square. And we don't want ugly decimal problems. So yesterday, we learned a thing to make ugly problems easier.
Oh,
What
I
can
get
we
it.
do?
You multiply both of them too, so they both become a number.
So we're gonna get a little vacuum out, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're vacuuming.
So vacuum,
Sixth
what can
grade,
I
was
vacuum
doing
out of
short
this
as
dude?
shit.
A 5.
I
The
feel like
5 comes
Still
out.
11.
5 goes into 5 one time, so I'm left with r squared. 5, I got my calculator out. 80 divided by 5, guess what? Perfect square. It's totally doable.
So there's not 2 separate parts.
16 times 5 is. Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
vacuumed out the 5, and I vacuumed out the 5 divided by 5 divided by 5.
Oh.
Yeah, like yesterday. Very nice. I love
That's
it.
kind of confusing.
It is. It's like the Reese's peanut butter cup of math. It's yesterday and today combined in a delicious sandwich.
Here we go. Do, 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 do.
Here's
Do,
when.
do, do,
If
do.
I can't
Stuck in
do
my head
it,
now.
What?
if I don't
Whistle.
know 2 numbers that make 5 perfectly,
By Flo
I'm
Rida.
gonna think to
It
myself,
kind of
I better
sounded like
try
the
to vacuum.
Dino Squad.
Right? So the vacuum
I
never
technique
watched
is to
Dino
take
Squad.
something that's
I
hard
watched a dinosaur
and make it
train,
easier.
backyard games.
Right? So now,
Shit ton of stuff.
here's
You
our
look like a
final
backyardigans
answer.
kid.
R
What does
plus
that
4
mean?
stop. Our mind.
Are you insisting something?
Okay, last one, best one. I've given you a
What's that
ton
mean?
today. Here we go. If you guys can do this, I am not lying. It is everything that we have done for the last 2 days. So this looks terrifying,
But it's not.
but it's not because we're gonna get our little vacuums out.
We're gonna-
And our little vacuum says take out whatever you can take out before you start. So not only can we take, like divide big numbers out, like 2, I can take out a bunch of P's.
Take 5 feet.
Yes, I'm gonna take 5 P's out before I start. So I'm gonna suck out a 2 and a P to the 5th
Wait, does it matter? What, you chose 2
because it goes into both of them, right? And you know why? And I don't know what times what will give me 8, but when I take out that 2, watch what will happen.
That'd be 2
4
P's.
we
P
go.
squared. I know that 4 is 2 and 2. And watch what happens to 50. 50 cut in half is 25, and all of his stupid P's are gone. So whenever you get stumped, what you're gonna do is pull out your vacuum. Talk to me. I take out as much as I can. So it turns out there is no other number that will go into both 8 and
How
50,
y'all doing?
right? So I thought maybe 4 would, doesn't go in evenly. So tonight, anytime
drew
you
a
got a
smiley
vacuum,
face?
it's gonna be an obvious number. It
I
won't be
did.
something crazy.
Wow.
Talk
I
to me.
got bored.
Let me finish this one and then I'll talk to you about that. So guess what? That 2P to the 5th, he's still there. He's sad and
too
alone,
creative.
yes, but he's still there. So the answer on this one is 2P plus 5, 2P minus 5, and that's hard. But that's as bad as it gets. That is totally as bad as it gets. So, here's what we're gonna do, and Norman will come help you with, do that one. I am going to ask you to do me a favor. There are 20 on here. I'd like you to do 16 of them, but do me a favor. Don't just leave the last 4 because those are pretty decent problems. But if you want to leave some of those, that's fine with me. Do 16, do at least 3 before you leave class, and I will leave you alone. The answers are on there.
Email.
I'll be able to finish it.
But
No, I
that-
won't.
So now,
How much time do we
this
have?
is that thing that we've been doing.
5 minutes.
But now it's
No, that's easy.
No,
So the
3 minutes,
vacuuming
depending on when we
takes
get
the
it.
ugly one,
Because she's taking kind of a
makes
while.
it easy. And now I think, is it 2 parts? Yes. Can I split this guy up? Yes. Can I split
Let's
this?
go.
So we do, so this is last night, and then we go one more step to tonight. What do you need, Kara? Come on in. Come on in.
So we just leaving. Oh, shoot, can you say goodbye to COVID kids?
Oh, bye, COVID
Bye,
kids.
COVID kids.
Bye, COVID kids. Bye.